so next we have our Strategic Plan Award, and here to receive it is Kara Dudek with the Urbana Park District. Good morning, Kara.
Hi, thanks for having me.
And congratulations on your Strategic Plan Award. This is a great achievement. The jury felt very strongly that this was a nice, clear, concise one. And I thought maybe with the time that we have, we would ask a couple of questions about the plan, the process, and stuff like that. So how about we start with the team assembled? I was wondering if maybe you could talk about you, your title and role, and the rest of the team involved in the process.
Yeah, so I'm Kara Dudek, as you mentioned, Park Planner for the Urbana Park District, and I was sort of the ringleader and author for this plan, but of course didn't do it alone. We had a steering committee of around 8 to 10 staff people from the Park District, and we worked together on everything from public engagement to goal setting to bringing it to the Park District as a whole for overall buy-in. So it was definitely a team effort.
A team effort and an in-house effort. So that's actually great to hear. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about the plan itself. Give us a brief overview of the plan.
It's the Urbana Park District's first strategic plan since 2007. And like you mentioned, it was done in-house very intentionally to make it uniquely Urbana for staff to talk to the community and hear, what is needed. What are your stories and what are you requesting so that we can put this into a plan that's actually relevant to the community and not just something that we're putting out there, because we think it's good. And we also made it very short in that it's concise, it's readable, it's colorful, it's engaging, so that more people may actually, interact with it. Very often it's common to just have so much data or so many pages, and it can kind of get lost to the average reader or even those implementing it. And so we felt very strongly about creating 4 planning pillars to always come back to, so that we knew, these are our goals, this is what's relevant, this is always where we need to be in the end.
Yeah, I think that's great. And I think brevity sometimes is a wonderful thing, especially if the jury is reviewing like 25 plans. So definitely appreciated that. But even so, it's very clear to follow and very easy to understand. And I think as you touched on it, it kind of was taking into consideration what the community wanted. So let's talk a little bit about engagement. Could you describe a little bit about the process or the methods that you use to get buy-in and input?
We wanted to make the engagement fun and more than just one evening meeting where, there was a presentation and we heard feedback that way. So some of the ways we did that were by doing whiteboard exercises. So there would be a question that would be, for example, what can the Urbana Park District do to help you be more healthy? And people would just jot down a really quick answer. We had a prize wheel, which drew in definitely a lot of kids and teens. So we were getting some information from an often left out age demographic that way. And one of the coolest forms of input and sort of outcomes of the process was there was 2 graphic facilitation exercises, which were giant posters. One was 4 by 8 foot and the other was 4 by 12 foot. So these are literal works of art that were public input. And so the local artists just drew what people were saying and, was connecting it with arrows and jotting down different little, notes, so that people in the end could see what I felt was represented. And it's represented in a way that's not just going to end up in a folder forever that no one will ever see again. But we also did, stakeholder interviews, focus groups, a questionnaire, different ways that you may commonly see input gathered also.
I really like that. The idea that a public engagement exercise is actually now a work of art that you can then use as a product of the process. So that's really cool. And then getting back to the plan, one of the other things that we noticed in reviewing it was that the implementation is very strong. It was like very clear to follow who's doing what and who's responsible. So I was thinking maybe you could just kind of close in summary with a little description of kind of what you're up to now with the implementation and how that was structured.
Sure. So as we created the plan process from the very beginning, we were talking to our Board of Commissioners and our staff so that this would be something that was a product of everyone and not just a product of a small group of people, telling others what they should be doing. So through that involvement and through creating measurable goals, we were able to sort of divide it up from the very beginning. So when the plan was done, staff already knew what was going to be asked of them or what was part of their department, and it was more almost enjoyable in a way that they weren't just handed a pile of new work. They were part of the process and they knew, what needed to be done. And so I think that both the measurable portion of that and the staff buy-in is what's going to help with implementation, moving forward in a way that's really meaningful and not just letting this plan sit on a shelf forever.
Yeah, it definitely reads as something that you're already using from day one since adoption. So hats off to you and the team, and congratulations once again. It sounds like a great effort, and I certainly agree that if you have those involved in creating their next to-do list, it's much more implementable. So again, congratulations to you and the team. Very impressed, and look forward to seeing what's next. So thank you for taking some time this morning to talk to us.
Cool. Thanks so much to APA Illinois too. We're really honored.
All right. Take care. Thanks to the team. Bye-bye.
Bye.